Hello YouTube, this is Walter Webb. Thanks for checking out the second tutorial in my series Java Fundamentals. Today we'll be discussing primitive data types. So what is a data type? In order to understand data types, first we'll have to understand what a variable is. These are reserved locations in memory that contain data used in a program. All variables have a data type. Data types determine what kind of value can be stored in a variable. In the Java programming language, there are two kinds of data types: primitive data types and reference data types. In this tutorial, we'll only be discussing primitive data types. We will look at reference data types a little later in the series when we start to deal with object-oriented programming. Java has 8 primitive data types. These are defined by the language and they each have a keyword: float, double, boolean, char, byte, short, int, and long. Okay, so I wrote a small program to demonstrate how this data type and like how it works and stuff. Let me switch to presentation mode. Okay, here we go. Alright, this is the keyword I was talking about: byte. This is the variable b, and this is the value that goes into the variable 9. This is an error, it should be bit. Okay, so a byte holds 1 bit. It takes up 1 bit of memory. A short takes up 2 bytes of memory. An integer takes up 4 bytes of memory. A long takes up 8 bytes of memory. And for a long, if you're using a long data type, you have to put the L at the end of the number so that the compiler knows that it's dealing with a long number. It doesn't have to be, it can be uppercase or lowercase l, doesn't matter. A character, char, it holds 2 bytes of memory, and you can put basically any single character. It doesn't have to be a letter, it can be a number or any symbol that you find on the keyboard. Float, for the float you also have to put a F at the end of the number, capital, uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter. It holds 4 bytes of memory. Okay, so a float now is a decimal number. So you can use that to calculate money or anything you need for decimals, fractions, whatever. Float. Double, same thing. The only difference with the float and the double is the double holds 8 bytes of memory, so you can put in very large numbers or very precise numbers, like a long decimal, a lot of decimal places, I should say. Boolean holds one. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. This should be bit. Boolean holds 1 bit. Sorry, I can't believe I made that mistake. So a boolean holds 1 bit of memory. So this can be true or false. For those of you who have done C programming, you used to be able to just put 1 or 0 in this, but in Java you actually write out the word true or false, and it has to be lowercase. Okay, so the rest of this is just a small program to demonstrate the maximum and minimum values of each data type. So let me go ahead and compile this. Okay, let me move the screen up. Okay, type start to run the program. Here we go. Enter a data type. Let's start off with byte. Okay, so for a byte now, Any number between positive 127 and negative 128 you can put into a byte variable, a variable with the data type of byte. Let's do short. So for short, any number between 32,767 and negative 32,768 can go into a short. Let's try long. It's a big number. Any number between that number and that number, which is almost pretty much any number you will ever need. So let's do one more int. So this is that, what is that, 2.1 billion, and the number between positive 2.1 billion and negative 2.1 billion can hold into a integer variable with the data type of integer. A variable with the data type of integer. Got to say it right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Walter Webb, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.